Now, here's the fun stuff. We are going to actually figure out some net income. So Alfonso has a gross income of $852 per week. His before tax deductions include union dues of 2.5% and his gross income and company pension plan contribution of 3%. Okay, so these two are before tax. Stop. His federal tax rate is 16.2%, his provincial tax rate is 5.4%, and he pays 4.95% to CPP and 1.8% for EI. We're going to calculate his net income. All right, so let's start with before tax deductions. Okay, so he's got his union dues. He's paying 2.5%. So 2.5%, 2.5 over 100 is how much out of his gross income, 852. Okay, so X is equal to 852 times 2.5 divided by 100, and that's going to be $21.30. Okay, that's his union dues. He's also got his he's also got his company pension plan contribution. So pension, this is different from his CPP. So he's got this pension plan contributions is 3%. So 3% equals how much is he paying out of, and this is still out of the 852. So 852 times 3 divided by 100, and he's paying $25.56. So his before tax deductions, we'll just call it BTD, is he's paying $21.30 plus $25.56. So $21.30 plus $25.56, and that's $46.86. And so his taxable income is the 852 minus the before tax deductions of 46.86. So 852 minus 46.86, and he's at 805.14. That's his taxable income. So now we're going to use this new number, the 805.14, to calculate his tax deductions. Okay, so deductions on his taxable income. And I'm just going to put in brackets that that's 805.14, just so I don't forget and accidentally put in 852, because he's not being taxed on his union dues. He's not being taxed on his company pension plan. So those are gone. He's just getting taxed on this 805.14. So federal tax is 16.2%. So 16.2 over 100. And we're trying to find out, let's just go with X again. X out of, and now it's 805.14. So this has changed. Again, he's not being taxed on the whole 852. He's only being taxed on this. So X equals 805.14 times 16.2, all divided by 100. 805.14 times 16.2 divided by 100. He's paying $130.43. I want to find a way. There we go. Anyways, just so I don't forget it. So he also pays provincial tax rate. So the provincial is 5.4 out of 100. Let's make it Y. It's still 805.14. So 805.14 times 5.4 divided by 100. So he's paying $43.48 in provincial income tax. And then he's got to pay CPP. CPP is 4.95%. So 805.14 times 4.95 divided by 100. So that's 39.85. Oh, I think I'm going to put little stars here because they're kind of getting lost in there. I want to make sure I'm adding everything up. And then he's got EI, which is 1.8%. So EI, 1.8 over 100. What are we going to call this? T. I don't know why, just because. 805.14. So T is equal to 805.14 times 1.8 divided by 100, and that's 14.49. Okay, so these deductions, let's add them all up. So we've got 4. So we've got the 130.43 plus 43.48 plus 39.85 plus 14.49. That equals, let's put it into our calculators, 130.43 plus 43.48 plus 39.85 plus 14.49. And he's paying $228.25 on deductions after, and that's on his taxable income. Okay, so these are his, I guess, tax, how are we going to, taxes, other deductions on taxable income. I'm just going to call it deductions at this point. Okay, so this $228.25 has to come off of the 805.14. Because remember, we had the 852, we subtracted the pre-tax, before tax deductions. So we subtracted the 46.86, we got 805.14. That's his taxable income. We figured out all of his other deductions based on his taxable income. Now we've got to subtract those off of his taxable income. So now we've got his net pay is going to be 805.14 minus, so his taxable income minus those final deductions, 228.25. So 805.14 minus 228.25. It's 576.89. So his net pay is 576.89. Okay, so he started out with 852. He's going home with 576. There is another way you can do this to make it a little easier. Same thing we do with taxes. Instead of splitting everything up, let's just change color here for a little bit. Let's go blue. So what you could do, instead of calculating everything separately, you could say before tax deductions are 2.5 and 3. So 2.5 plus 3 is 5.5, and then you could just calculate that. So 5.5 over 100 is x over 852. You might not get exactly 46.86, and your final answer might be off by a couple of cents. Not really concerned about that in this course. Now, of course, if you were doing this for an actual paycheck, you would have to calculate everything separately, but we're not here. So we could say 2.5 plus 3 is 5.5, and then we could just say, what are the deductions? 5.5 over 100 equals x over 852, and figure that out and then subtract them. Same thing here. You could say, well, 16.2 plus 5.4 plus 4.95 plus 1.8. Let's add those up. So 16.2 plus 5.4 plus 4.95 plus 1.8. So it's 28.35 here. So this is percent. This is percent on his deductions on his taxable income. So you could have just done the 28.35 0.35 over 100 equals y over 805.14. Figured out what that is equal to and subtracted off the 805.14. You could have done that. That would have been perfectly acceptable. It's, like I say, could be off by a couple of cents in the end, not going to be significant. And for the purposes of this course, I more want to see that you understand these come off before tax. Then you've got your taxable income here. These come off after tax. You deduct those based on the taxable income. And in the end, you get a number that is unfortunately significantly less than what you start with.